So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to this instance of the Antrea community meeting. Today is Tuesday, August 31st, unless you are in the Americas, in which case it will be Monday, August 30th for you. And for today, we do not have any topic on the agenda, but Antonin has, as I already just mentioned, that he has a couple of announcements, quick announcements. So please, Antonin, go ahead.
Yes, very quick. So the first one is that the 1.3 release is almost ready. So it's supposed to be on Wednesday Pacific time. And we did a code freeze last week. So we're only accepting bug fixes at this stage. I think there are still like a couple of them in flight. So I hope we can merge them to main and cherry pick them to the release branch like pretty quickly. And I think we should be on time to do the release either on Wednesday or Thursday at worst. Yeah. So that was the first announcement. And the second one is that the CNCF has just let me know that our request to remove the Docker hub rate limiting on all the Antrea Docker image has been approved after almost 3 months, I think. And so given that we have experienced some issues with VMware Arbor registry in the past, because ever since they started using a CDN content delivery network in front of the Arbor registry to reduce the load on the servers, they do not support reusing the same tags very well because things are cached or partially cached by the CDN, and you end up with some pretty frequent pull errors unless you are pulling from inside the VMware corporate network. And there's also some lag when pushing release tags to Docker Hub. It takes a while for them to be mirrored to the VMware Arbor registry. And so for these reasons, I'm basically planning to switch us back to Docker Hub progressively after confirming that the rate limiting restrictions have been lifted. So what lifted means here is that anyone can pull the Antrea Docker images, everything that's in the Antrea repository on Docker Hub in an unlimited fashion. So whether you're authenticated to Docker Hub or not. So this is going to be helpful for CI. And I think for our users, we can switch back to using Docker Hub as the default registry for the Antrea images in the reference YAML manifests. So I'm planning to open a GitHub issue, and after that, unless there are some concerns, I'm going to be switching us back to Docker Hub by default. I think for the foreseeable future, we'll keep pushing the images to the VMware Arbor registry as well.
Oh, thanks, Antonin. That's great news. So just to confirm, we are not removing images from the Arbor registry in any case. So we are keeping them mirrored, right?
Yeah, we'll keep them mirrored, and for all the future releases, at least for the next couple of months or so, we'll be we'll be moving them to. I mean, we'll be keeping them as well in the Arbor registry. So nothing's going to change now. It's just by default we're going to be using Docker Hub instead of the Arbor registry.
Great, that's great news. And thanks for the updates, Antonin. Is there any question regarding these announcements? Yeah, of course, it doesn't seem that there are many questions. So, well, now we are in a fairly awkward position because we are only 5 minutes in the meeting, but we already have run out of topics. So it's an open discussion. And if there is any topic that you like to bring up, features being developed, features to propose, PRs under review that you would like to discuss, please feel free to bring your topic up here so that we can discuss it together. All right, and just to conclude, to see, find any possible topic for discussion. Is there any follow-up from the meetings that we had from the meeting that we had 2 weeks ago? I believe that we had a presentation about using IP tables versus TC flower in the Antrea proxy. I do not. Is there any follow-up on the topic, or we didn't need or I mean, just wondering if there is any additional questions on the topic that we discussed last time. For what I recall, there wasn't any follow-up conversation, but just in case, feel free to bring any question that you might have up.
So for the Antrea policy, finally we decided to go IP tables.
Yeah.
Hongmiao has a PR in review. So.
Thanks, Jianzhen. Yeah, I also agree. I remember that, and I just I just wanted in case someone had a different opinion.
I actually have a question for Ali cluster. So now in the IPCX, do you guys plan to do some design review or discussion in a community for cluster?
We haven't scheduled one, but we could perhaps talk about it in the coming meeting. But we'll prepare some documents or the design for the upstream meeting.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So do you think this could be a topic for the next community meeting, or maybe it will need more time to prepare?
I think we can give a overall design for the next meeting. I think we have some material, so we can just prepare it for the next upstream meeting.
Perfect.
And perhaps we can also invite someone from. No, I think that's fine. Yeah, we should be able to do that.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Abhishek. And well, I think that we are running out of topics, so this might be an exceptionally short meeting. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss today?
I guess I do have a question as well, but doesn't need to be answered this meeting. I guess it's helpful for Abhishek since Yang is on paternity leave. Abhishek, is there any significant update for the upstream work regarding cluster scope network policies?
Yes. So we had some folks who wanted to provide an alternate proposal. I think a couple of them from Red Hat folks. And what we have done today is that eventually what I want to do is that we want to make sure that all proposals are considered. And right now I've created a new document which outlines the pros and cons of each of the proposal that we have in mind. And we have also provided samples based on each and every use case. And that document is complete by, I mean, I have completed from my end today. I haven't yet seen whether the other folks who had some action items, whether they have completed it today or not. But at least my point of view is that early this week, I want to get some feedback from SIG Network folks on this document. And by Thursday's meeting, I know that they're going to do a KEP review this week because the enhancement freeze is coming up. So hopefully, if at least Tim and Dan can take a look before that meeting, they will have a bit more context. If not, then we'll give a brief update this week. And so from the community meeting, what we want to do is we want to have some sort of recommendation from our end on which proposal we want to go forward with, and then have like a broader consensus from the SIG network community. I don't believe that we are going to get like 100% consensus on the proposal, but at least if we find some sort of a broad consensus on what we are proposing, that will be good enough. So I think, a couple of weeks back, I had a chat with Tim Hawkin on this, and he kind of like said, eventually we will decide what we want to do. But at least he wanted to see the sample specs for different proposal. And I think by tomorrow, at least, we should have all the samples for all the use cases that we have targeted. So this week, hopefully by Thursday meeting, we should have some early feedback from them. If not, then we'll give feedback. Oh, sorry, we'll get some feedback on the Thursday SIG network meeting.
Yeah, that's great. Feel free to share the link to the document, maybe in the Slack channel, if you want to take a look.
Yeah, let me do that.
Especially if there are some like example specs for the different approaches, I think that would be useful.
Yeah, I will share it on the Slack channel.
Thanks, Abhishek.
Yep.
Awesome. So thanks a lot for this update. And yes, I can only add if asking again if there is anything else for today. Otherwise, we can call it a day and give back quite a bit of time to every team member. Waiting a few seconds. Perfect. It appears that this is all for today. So I would like to thank everyone for joining. And we already have also a topic for next meeting agenda, which is great. And I would like to wish everyone a good evening, a good afternoon, or a good day. Thanks for joining again, and talk to you in 2 weeks' time.
Thanks, everyone.